Okay, so I don't know who is this woman's PR department handler or whatever, but whoever they are, they seriously need to find a way to take Nancy Lee Grand off of social media, lock her accounts, freeze them out, whatever it takes, because this woman is a PR nightmare. And I am genuinely surprised that she has not been fired yet. I had a run in with her maybe a couple years ago when she was saying something out of pocket. It almost seems like every time I go to her Instagram or her Twitter, she is constantly saying some out of pocket shit. I had a little run in with her, and well, let's just sit there and say she wasn't nice. Okay? Fine. I'm all for expressing your views, expressing your opinions, whatever they may be, as long as it's not hate speech or whatever. But I saw a recent tweet of her going after Dennis Quaid. Smith is saying, "Well, you just wrecked your career. You just ended your career." And I'm like, so do you just go after everyone that doesn't agree with whatever political views that you have going? Because that's some pretty vile shit right there. Also, let's sit there and say this nicely. It's Dennis Quaid. You're a nasty Grahan. I love General Hospital. I've been watching it since high school, but you're not in a position to really sit there and start trying to down somebody else or sit there saying that their career has pretty much ended when I'm pretty sure most people know who he is way more than they know who you are. So the fact that you're sitting there speaking or you're pretty much shitting on somebody else who is way more popular than you simply because you don't agree with their political stance, it's out of pocket at best and vile at worst. And this isn't the first time that she's chosen to go after somebody who don't believe in what she believes in. I said this is my last video, and I'll sit there and say this again for anyone that's watching this. She said, and I quote, that she was going to write a tell-all book about anybody who did not vote the way she was voting. So all her employees, cast members and everything like that, she was going to out them all. Now I know people are listening to say, well, how would she sit there and know who she's voting for? How would she know who they're voting for? Let's just sit there and say somebody was voting for. She found out somebody. You're pretty much sending a lot of hate and God knows what else towards your coworkers' way simply because you can't respect to agree to disagree with whatever their political views are. She's a PR nightmare. She makes their work environment extremely toxic. And while I'm never the person to sit there and champion for somebody to be fired, I might have to sit there and kind of change my stance on that a little bit. Me and DC was having a conversation and in my members live stream. Definitely check it out. Become a member. It was a really good one. And one of the things I was sitting there saying is that you can't account for stupid people. Let's just be real. Nancy Grahan, as a person, is kind of shitty. I'm not sitting there saying she's like Hitler or anything like that, but you can tell that she comes across as a very vile woman when you don't agree with the political views that she agrees with. Now, I can enjoy her character on the show, But I know some people can't do it, or they just won't even watch General Hospital because of her political stance. I ignore those people, but the way she goes after other people, it that's another reason why people don't, they quit the show, they don't watch the show, whatever, they fast forward through the scenes, and that's a problem. On a PR scale, that is a problem. And I think if they don't do something soon, she's going to be a bigger problem in the future because clearly she's doing this because she either hasn't been touched, she hasn't been snipped there and talked to by them, or whatever, because she's still doing it like, oh, F it, they're not gonna sit there and say anything to me. Guess who's also out of a job? Ingo. Now, I know people don't like the way that his political stances or how he went about um the whole lawsuit, but I agree with him in the sense of, you know, he could be respectful of Nancy, even though they don't agree on a political level. But she was very nasty to him simply because he voted the other way that she didn't like. And if we're gonna be honest, and I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but like, yes, I understand from a company standpoint that a lawsuit is bad and it's not going to make them want to rehire him, but it's not against the rules. And in a lot of ways, he's not entirely wrong. Yeah, they're allowed to sit there and make out whatever BS policy that they choose to make, but it still doesn't make it right. He's out of a job, but yet she's sitting there being extremely vile and nasty to anyone that don't agree with her. This is why, in a lot of ways, I've been sitting there saying that like they should hire him back, and maybe either give her a talking to or exit left. Anyway, with that being said, I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think that it's time for General Hospital to sit there and really give her a firm talking to? And if she keeps going about it the wrong way, then they give her the boot? Or do you think that, she's in the right and they shouldn't be able to say anything to her and just let her just keep doing what she's doing? Now, again, just to reiterate, I I'm a firm believer that you should be able to post whatever it is that you want to post during your free time, as long as it's not hate speech or being vile or cruel or anything like that, anything illegal, then I think it's fine. And yes, if you want to sit there and talk about your political rights, you have a right to do that. The show should not have to account for stupid people that can't sit there and see the difference if they're Republican or Democrat and who their character is. But I do believe in PR bad nightmares when you start going after other people and you start outing your co-stars because they don't agree with what you agree with and making the work environment toxic for other people. That's where you draw the line, and that's why I'm making this video. Let me know in the comment section either way, and I'll see you in the next video.